Hey everyone, Eepsy here. Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make a bookmark out of pretty much any crochet project you could do. So today I have these little hearts that I did a tutorial on a couple videos back. You can use a puffy item or kind of whatever you want to do. So you will need a kind of yarn that either is the same or contrasts it. So I'm going to start with this pink one. And I'm going to choose a green yarn for that. So you'll grab your hook, and for this style, I'm just going to go through one of these top, these are actually chain loops. You can attach it pretty much wherever you want though. So that's where I'm going to attach mine today. It'll make it a little off kilter, but it'll be cute. Okay, so this style is super easy. This is the easiest of them all. I'm going to get harder as we go along. All you're going to do is you're going to do chains. How many is kind of up to you. It kind of depends on your book. That's about where I'm going to go. That is 50 chains. And that should be enough for a smaller book or a bigger book as well. All you're going to do to finish that one off is you're going to snip the end and just pull it. And then you're going to want to sew in the ends. So this end you're going to want to sew back into that. And this end, obviously, you're going to want to sew back into that. Unless you want to do a fringe, you can also do a fringe as well. Okay, the second style, I have this blue heart. I'm going to grab the pink yarn I had for that heart. Can't ever find the tail on some of these, but that's okay. Okay, so this one, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to start in that chain 3. Obviously, start wherever you feel comfortable. And then I'm going to make a slip stitch right there. And then I'm going to just chain. So I'm going to chain 50 again. Okay, so there's my 50. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to go back into not that first chain. So here's the chain that's on my hook right now. You're going to go to the second chain and just do a slip stitch. And you're just going to keep slip stitching back down. This method, although it does take a little longer, it does eliminate that end on the top that can be pretty tricky sometimes to weave in and make look nice. So this will pull that end back down right next to your item with the other end. You can make it a little easier. It does take a little longer, and sometimes slip stitches aren't the most fun to do, depending on you and what your favorite stitches are and all that kind of stuff. And of course, you can always make these shorter if you would like, or longer. If you have an especially large book and you want it to stick out of both ends, you can obviously make it longer. If you have smaller books that you read often and you don't like how long 50 chains is, then you can always make the tail a little shorter if you would like. All right, I am going to finish this one up and then I will catch you back once I am done with it. All right, and I am back to the beginning. So I just put a slip stitch back in that same place that I started. I'm going to do a chain stitch and then just snip off that end. And again, like the first style, you're going to want to weave these two ends back into the tail here. In the third style, I have a green heart for this one and some blue yarn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the exact same thing and just pull it through and make a slip stitch. And then I'm not going to go to 50 on this one. You're going to go however many you want, but I'm going to do, let's say 5. I'm going to add an extra one on there just for the sake of showing you. And then you're going to make whatever stitch you want. Honestly, I'm going to do single crochets back. And then at the beginning, I'm going to slip stitch it to that. And then you're going to chain 1 like you're turning. So if you have a longer stitch, do your turning chain. And then you're going to go back again. And you're going to do this for a couple of rows. I'm probably going to make mine 4 rows or 3 rows actually, I guess. And then at the end of this row again, you're going to slip or chain stitch and then go back. I'm actually going to go to this other side here. If you're doing a heart and just slip stitch into that chain 3, and then do a chain and cut that off. As you can see, this makes a small, well, it's bigger than the rest of them that we've done today, but it makes not too thick of a tail there. You can make it thicker if you would like. If you want a really nice and thick bookmark, you can do that. Just keep adding. It's really up to you. So there are 3 different ways that you can make anything into a bookmark. And you can do this with anything. Like I said earlier, these are flat items. You can make it with a puffy item. It just really depends on what you would like to do with it and who you'd like to give it to and what their likes are and stuff like that. If you guys liked today's video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I hope to see you all soon. Bye.